So next sentence lose it or come to Malaysia, Taman to the long much around your ship and John Shore. Not select by the meditation that is conceptual effort, not stirred by the wind of ordinary distractions. May we know how to rest naturally and freely, not altering. May we be skilled in and sustain the practice of the mind. So now here we are talking about the meditation itself. So now we know that everything is coming from mind, and mind is something that we have to analyze, we have to discover. So how do we have to do that? Is through the meditation on Mahamudra. So when we do meditation, there are, of course, the distractions. Okay, there are obstacles. So when we do meditation, basically what we have to do is we have to rest on nature of our own mind, unfabricated nature of the mind. You know, if you fabricate and make up this and that for your meditation, and then your meditation won't go the way it's supposed to. You know, that's why it says Salit, you know, by the meditation, that is conceptual effort, you know. I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that. You don't need conceptual effort to do meditation. Meditation is, you know, idea of meditation is, of course, we know that meditation have different levels. From the shamatha meditation, which is supposed to be beginner, and then to the highest level of the Tantra tradition. For example, 6 yogas of Narapa, which are the dissolution stage, the highest stage of the Mahamudra practice. There are different levels of the meditation. But here in Mahamudra, the meditation, we have to rest on unfabricated mind, machunyuma. The naturally and freely, we have to know how to rest on the nature freely, without any distractions. So mainly the distractions arising from, you know, conceptual effort and thinking that I may have to do this, I may have to do that. Because when you say rest naturally, freely, and people don't believe because it seems too easy. Although it seems too easy at the beginning, but when we actually do meditation, it's not easy. Resting naturally, freely, is something that we have never done before. So when we say, in order to achieve enlightenment, you have to do meditation, people have an idea always that you have to, you know, sit with a very special postures, and then you have a very special conceptual effort that you have to apply into your meditation, which is actually not right. You have to know how to rest naturally. You know, we have in our lineage prayer, Mahamudra lineage prayer says, Yimi Awareness is the meditation. Awareness is the body of meditation. You just have to rest naturally, freely with awareness and mindfulness. And yet, when we rest our mind, we as an ordinary sentient being, we have all kind of thoughts, negative thought that constantly, coming and going through our mind. They are like a wind, Our mind is like an ocean. So when there is no waves, an ocean stays. And similarly, if there is no ordinary thought or the conceptual effort, if you live naturally, freely, it stays in calm, like an ocean. Means the unfabricated and fresh, rest on unfabricated and fresh, a vivid, a mind. Maybe be skilled in sustain the practice of mind. So basically, once you are able to free from conceptual effort and ordinary, ordinary distractions, those thoughts, ordinary thoughts. In our meditation we says, don't bring the things that happened in the past. Don't remind. Don't bring the plans and things that are going to happen in the future. Rest naturally on the nowness, the state of nowness. The present, the moment, the present moment, without ordinary distractions and conceptual effort. So next one is may the subtle and coarse waves of thought be naturally calm. May the river of mind, unmoving, come to natural rest, free from the pollution stains of a torpor and dullness. May the ocean of shamatha be unmovingly stable. So here we are talking about shamatha meditation. So shamatha meditation is actually the beginning, beginners. When we start to do meditation, usually we start with shamatha meditation. And then the next level is usually vipassana meditation. So the shamatha meditation is of course the part of Mahamudra meditation. So here again it says, may the subtle and coarse wave of thought be naturally calm. So here the shamatha meditation, the example of shamatha meditation is the calm, the ocean that is unmoving, unmoving ocean. Okay, is the best shamatha meditation. So, if there is no wind that create the waves, so then the river continuously flows in the ocean, and ocean will remain calm. So similarly, when we do meditation, if our mind is not polluted by the wave of our thought, subtle and coarse, subtle and coarse waves of thought, all kind of thought that usually we have all the time and coming and going. Somehow we have to manage to make them come down so that our meditation will be calm like an ocean. So the next sentence is shows when looking again and again at the mind, which has nothing to look at, nothing to see, is vividly seen as it is. That is the resolution of doubts about what it is and is not. Looking at the mind, there is no mind. It is empty of a nature. Oh, no, actually I went too far. Nothing to see. That is the resolution of doubt about what it is and is not. Without delusion, may we recognize our own nature. So again, what is our mind? Mind is emptiness. Okay, it's a clarity. It is beyond word, beyond expression, beyond examples. So if our mind is such like that, beyond all those, how can you look at mind? And a relative point of view, we can look at our mind because we are using words, expressions, examples to explain the unborn mind, liminal, clarity, inseparable of appearances and emptiness, and we can use all kind of words. But reality or ultimate point of view, it's beyond that. So therefore, ultimate point of view, you can't even look at mind because it's beyond that. So when you look again and again on such a thing, what you see is nothing. Seeing nothing is what you're supposed to see. Do you understand? Seeing nothing is what you're supposed to see. When you look on something that cannot look, and seeing nothing is something that you're supposed to see. There's no way to look at the mind, okay? Yet, relatively we look again and again, but what we see is nothing to see. Nothing to see It's vividly seen as it is. You are seeing, what you are seeing is nothing. That is what you're supposed to see. So that is what you have to come to a conclusion, that basically the nature of mind is beyond all these expressions and word. So there's no thing to look. But relative point of view, when you look at, you don't see anything. That is what you're supposed to see. Not seeing is the best of seeing, it says. Some of the great Mahamudra yogis says, not seeing is the best seeing, which means you seeing the true nature that is nothing to see. So in order to see that, we have to be free from confusions. This is the resolution of doubts about what is and what is not. Okay, without delusion, may we recognize our own nature, which is beyond word, expression, logics, examination, and everything. Example, all those. That is the true nature. This is what we're supposed to see. So I think today also we covered 6 stanzas here, and we're finishing a little early today. But as we mentioned in the email, that if you have any questions on what we have covered in the last 3 sections, and then the next section at the end, I will try to answer your questions. So if you can, send us by email your questions, and I will go through and I will try to answer next time. So what I wanted you to do is that this prayer is very profound, very extensive, profound. Maybe it is not so difficult to intellectually understand, but it's very difficult to practice. As I mentioned last time, this prayer is, include every aspect of the path, every levels of the path to enlightenment. So I wanted you to go through over and over if you get chance, if you get time, and then if you have any doubts or questions, you can write it down and email to our secretary, and then I will read it and try to answer you next time. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Jiba nyamba me baye goni gondo bewa